Hello everyone, this is FantasyEsque and welcome back to The Sims 4 Vampire Amazon Royal Saga with the Salazar Coven. We are picking up with our champion Lady Saphyra, who has, in the movie as we saw, gone ahead and arrested Commander Emanuel Savage as per Queen Aphrodite's instructions because he defiled the throne by sitting on it, I think multiple times, during the throne jubilation. Now, Saphyra did the same thing, but she is a noble, she is a vampiress, and she is one of the Queen's closest advisors. So, after a slap on the wrist, she has gotten off scot-free and the Queen's forgiven her, pretty much. Plus, it was her first offense. Whereas Commander Emanuel is not even a noble. He is a male. He's just a soldier. He has tainted blood, which everyone knows. So, it's not a good example to let him go scot-free after doing something like that in front of so many people. And who has convinced the Queen of this? Yuki! Why? Because Yuki is trying to look for ways to punish Emanuel without revealing that Emanuel is secretly married to Siri, which is why she wants to punish him, because she thinks his ego has gone way too up ever since he took on the role of commander, which is true. So all of those things happening. Emanuel, who knows how long he's going to have to stay in the prisons for, but he's obviously not really happy about this whole situation. Everything was going well for him in his mind, and then this had to happen. I mean, obviously, there was the issue with his daughters. He wasn't too happy with the fact that they didn't have the vampiric indicators, like the glowing eyes or the sharp ears. But what can we do? And then when the queen announced her engagement to Major, and she made Major her consort, obviously he got popular and Emanuel got very insecure. But, you know, those were the little problems that he was going through. But he didn't actually have any problems with the court or with the queen. But now, that's not so much the case. He actually thought he got away with, you know, what he did. Because it's been a while since the Throne Jubilation, but not the case. The queen got around to it eventually. So he is indeed getting punished for that. Now, we also, while this has been happening, right, I feel like Saphyra, like, this is the best part of her job. I feel like she enjoys this part of the champion role, where you get to apprehend people and exercise the law and, you know, show off your brawn and keep things under control. I feel like she enjoys that, but she doesn't enjoy having to, like, the grueling task of having to train every day and, you know, hone her powers and all those kind of things. Maybe not the vampiric powers, she wouldn't have an issue with that, but I think she just has an issue with the daily living of a champion. But doing important things like this and exercising her power and showing, I mean, this is why she works so hard, so that in moments like this, she can show who is top dog. So there we go, we had that happen. Now in the movie, we did see that when Saphyra rocked up at the Creature Cradle to apprehend Emanuel, he was being a bit cocky and saying, you know, what, you can't arrest me, I'm the commander. And then she had to say, well, it's by the queen's order, so I'm not the one who's wanting to throw you in prison, it's the queen. So you can't really weasel your way out of that, which he got a little bit scared by, because he thought it was just, you know, the champion going ahead and just doing something of her own accord. And he couldn't think of any reason why they would do that. But if it's the queen, then, you know, nothing anybody says is going to save him. It's the queen. So while that has been happening, news has obviously spread throughout the court, and Siri has shown up to Castle Aphrodite. It is raining. It is quite grim outside. I mean, as you can see, everything looks so gloomy. But Siri's here because she has heard her husband is locked up, and she's heard the reason why he's locked up. Obviously, because she's in love with him, she doesn't want to see him in this situation, and she doesn't want to see him in pain and whatnot. She also knows the insecurities he's been going through and how proud he was of his accomplishment as commander when the daughters were born. So she's worried, very worried, at the sudden turn his career is taking, and she wants to plead to have, you know, him released. So she's coming on up, and I think Saphyra is now going to excuse herself. She's gonna go just take a seat, relax a bit. Yeah, she's gonna head on over here and she's gonna relax a bit. And I think Siri is going to start making her way up to find Saphyra, because she is hoping that Saphyra can be convinced to plead for Emanuel, or, you know, release Emanuel, all those kind of things. Obviously, this isn't very smart on her part, because nobody else knows about the secret match. Even Saphyra doesn't know. Yuki's the only one. So, obviously, it's a little bit suspicious if Siri is just showing up, like, as soon as Emanuel's gotten arrested, and she wants, you know, she wants him freed if possible. So, she's going to plead. She's definitely going to plead with Saphyra, and she is going to greet her and then ask his sister if something can't be done about Emanuel and his predicament. And Saphyra is not too happy. She's a little bit annoyed. Saphyra is going to tell her, you know, I don't know why you're asking to have him released. He deserves to be in prison right now because, and this is not supposed to be a permanent arrangement. It's supposed to be, you know, a short-term thing to make an example of him. But I don't know if Ciri's aware of that entirely, or maybe even if she is, she still feels terrible for him being in the place he is, and she wants him out as soon as possible. But Saphyra is going to be telling her, well, one, I can't do that. 2, I'm not going to do that. And 3, you shouldn't be trying to speak up for him anyways. I mean, yes, he did a good job by giving you daughters, but that's it. That's where your relationship with him ended. You already know the issue you had with him beforehand, and people are going to start talking if you continue down this line. You should probably distance yourself from him as much as possible, especially now that he has been thrown into prison for a crime, you know, for a punishment. So you really should not be messing around with his name or associating with him in any way, shape, or form, in case people get the wrong idea. That's what Saphyra is advising Ciri of. So Ciri is no doubt upset about this whole situation. She's, yeah, very, very upset. So she's gonna, you know, she's gonna come here. She's gonna sit down because she wants to see Emanuel. She wants to see if everything's okay. But I think she's gonna stop herself, actually, because Saphyra just said you shouldn't be associating with him, and, you know, people are gonna start to get the wrong idea, and they're still trying to hide their relationship. So instead, I think that Ciri is going to go somewhere where there's a little bit of privacy. I think she's going to head into the birth chamber because nobody really spends time there unless, you know, they're birthing children, which now we are done with that. So she's going to go on down and she's going to be racking her brain for what to do. And obviously she's getting concerned because she knows their history. She knows the history of the Coven, how dangerous things can get for Sims who get on the wrong side of the vampiresses and who stay on the wrong side of the vampiresses. She knows. She knows the family history. Obviously, she's a brood mother. It's a job to pass on the family history to the youngsters in particular. So while she's here, obviously Yuki knows that Ciri has showed up. She was the one who gave the queen the idea of arresting Emanuel in the first place. So she's keeping an eye on Ciri, and really, there was a reason why Yuki did this. 1, she wanted to bring Emanuel's ego down, but 2, she actually wanted some alone time with Ciri, right? Alone time where she can convince Ciri of something. So Yuki is going to follow Ciri into the birth chamber, and she is going to try and comfort Ciri. So she's going to, you know, discuss interests. She's going to try and comfort Ciri a little bit. And, you know, nobody's listening in on them here. So that's fine and well. Okay, there we go. She's giving Ciri a comforting hug. And then I think she's going to start easing into the whole conversation about Emanuel. And Ciri is gonna, you know, she's so caught up in her thoughts, she's gonna be trying her luck with Yuki as well. She's gonna be trying to ask Yuki if anything can't be done about Emanuel, and she knows what Yuki's gonna say. Saphyra said the same thing, that she shouldn't be associating with him, but he is the father of her children, so she doesn't want to see him suffer, because the argument she's making with Yuki is that if anything happens to Emanuel, then, you know, that kind of blotch is going to stay with the kids, and it's going to affect their future living in the coven, right? Because the father's actions are going to reflect on the girls. And it's going to become a wound that people will be able to poke at. So she's saying she's trying to protect her daughters. That's why she's asking Yuki about this. Now, even though Siri's expecting Yuki to say, you need to stop right here and stop worrying about him, Yuki's gonna say something else. She's gonna tell Siri, well, there is a way we might be able to help Emanuel. Or there is a way that I might be able to help Emanuel. Right? So, Yuki, this is where she's gonna tell Siri, I will help you talk to the queen and convince her to free him. I think first she's probably going to scare Siri a little bit. She's going to scare Siri and tell her that Emanuel, gave them reason to have him arrested. And right now, the queen's detaining him for one thing, but the longer he stays here, the more they can find out about him and the secrets he may be keeping, if he is keeping any, and if there are additional things that he should be punished for, then he might not live for very long. Obviously, if he's already deemed, a criminal, someone that's done something wrong in the past, then he's going to have a more severe sentence if anyone finds out about anything. It's not like they can say, it was a first-time mistake, let's let him off with, a slight slap on the wrist. No. So, Yuki's scaring her with that, and then Yuki's telling her, but I can help you under one condition. And Siri's gonna want to know, well, what is that condition? She's freaking out now because she's finding out that, she's starting to realize that, well, if they find out about her relationship with Emanuel, then they will kill him. And she really doesn't want that to be a thing. But Yuki's saying, I will help Emanuel if you go to the queen yourself and tell the queen about your secret marriage. So that's what she's going to be telling. This is what Yuki is going to be telling Siri. I know about your secret marriage. It is not a secret. And Yuki, Siri is obviously getting kind of shocked and kind of scared because she didn't realize anyone knew. She thought she was being very careful. But Yuki is going to tell her, I know about it. And if I know about it, eventually the others will find out about it, right? If they find out from me, both you and Emanuel will have a harsh punishment. But if they find out from you, then things might be slightly better. So she's telling Siri that if you take ownership for your actions and you tell the queen on your own what you've gone ahead and done, then I will help convince the queen to spare Emanuel's life. Because at this point, if the coven finds out about this any other way, they'll see it as a betrayal of their trust. And, whatever happens to Siri, Emanuel will get killed. Because he's not a noble. He is, even though he's a commander, he's practically a soldier. He's not anyone's consort. So there's really nothing saving him from the queen's wrath if she should go down that path. So Yuki's advising Siri, go to the queen, tell the queen about this relationship that you have, and I will help have him released. So I'll have him released, and then if the queen decides on a strict punishment for that, then I will make sure to convince her not to have him killed. And so Siri is having to think about a few things here, because she came for something else and now she's being told to do something else. She just wanted him out for, defiling the throne or disrespecting the throne. But now if she gets him out for that, she has to confess that there's something else he's done wrong. But if she doesn't confess that, then they'll keep him for this problem anyways, and then they might find out about, you know, their secret marriage and give him a really harsh punishment anyways. So she's in a bit of a predicament. She needs to think about what has to be done. And I think the one measure of trust she has with Yuki is that she doesn't know how the hell Yuki knows, but Yuki hasn't told the others. So that's giving Siri a little bit of hope that Yuki hasn't told the others about this arrangement she has with Emanuel. And she's left the task or the decision, I suppose, up to Siri to kind of fix a little bit what she's done and make it so that her relationship with the Coven isn't totally destroyed. So she needs to think about this a little bit. She's gonna have to spend some time. I think she's gonna stay at the castle just for a little bit, and she's gonna try and get her bearings with the situation. And I think she wants to maybe gauge everyone's feelings. So we'll keep her around in the castle for a little bit until maybe she comes to a decision. And while she's here, we'll go through the whims for the ladies and actually see what everyone wants done, how they may be feeling about the fact that Emanuel was arrested. So, okay, let's move around a bit, shall we? Now, Siri wants to be friendly with Lady Saphyra, obviously. She already tried her luck with Saphyra once regarding Emanuel, and Saphyra was very strict about it. She said, nope, I'm not having any of it. We are not doing anything regarding this. Thank you, but no thank you. So, there's that happening. But I think she wants to reassure Saphyra a little bit about their like relationship, their sisterhood. I think because if she is getting ready to confess what she's done, Saphyra is going to be very, very upset, I think. Because Saphyra, you know, repeatedly has told her when his whole thing with Emanuel began, and just now, stay away from him. People will get the wrong idea. And then if she finds out they already were doing something, then obviously she's going to be upset by that. And I think Siri's a little bit afraid of her older sister who's a champion, because she's quite badass. So I think she wants to chummy up to her a little bit before, you know, she has to confess. But look at these sisters. Wonderful. Okay, Saphyra, let's see. Look at that. Siri came to the castle after, who knows, it hasn't been that long. She drops in every now and then. But still, it's really nice how when one of the sisters are there, the others kind of gravitate towards each other. I think that's really nice. But Saphyra wants to be friendly with Lady Galaxia. I think she probably wants to talk to Galaxia about Siri's request, because these two are so close. They share everything with each other. Like, everything. So, I feel like Saphyra's go-to when she's wanting to vent would be to talk to Galaxia. So, that's something going on between them. Now, Galaxia... Let's see... Okay, Galaxia wants to chat with Saphyra. Look, she wants to chat with Saphyra. Probably wanting to know more about this whole Emanuel situation. Because, obviously, the Alchemist and Galaxia wasn't too involved. Like, they weren't too involved in this whole decision that happened regarding Emanuel's arrest. So, I think she would just be curious to find out a few more details if the Queen mentioned anything. And that, you know, she's fine, she's okay, the Queen's not going to pursue her punishment or anything like that. And she's done that, so she's happy. Now, Aphrodite hasn't even bothered to visit Emanuel. And actually, neither has Galaxia, Yuki, or Aphrodite, or Angel. They're steering clear of the criminal right now. And it's not as though he's being permanently branded a criminal and put, you know, into the prison fort or anything like that. This is just a temporary punishment for something that he's done. The queen wants to make an example of him, and after he's been made an example of, she's gonna like let him free, and then he'll return and resume his duties as commander. But this is important to get through, because if they do this and then release him and he becomes commander, then at least the other soldiers in the army, they're gonna know that their commander isn't invincible, that their commander is still, you know, under the authority of the female vampiresses, and that his power is being kept in check, like he can't get too cocky. So they're going to be a little bit more aware of that, you know, rather than blindly following him and everything he's doing, especially the new recruits. I feel like the older soldiers are a bit more seasoned, but especially the new recruits, they're going to know that, okay, we have to be wise about who we align ourselves with. And that's really what the court wants. They don't want a whole bunch of loyal soldiers under a commander who tried to sit on the queen's throne, you know? So, okay, queen's not bothered with that, but she wants to take a bath with a soak. She wants to relax. I think this is like one more thing off her mind. So she just wants to ease into a nice bath and just kind of sigh in relief that, I didn't think about the issue this would cause, but Yuki really saved my skin this time. So there we go. There's that. Yuki wants to make a wish. We're being squeamish. So yeah, I think Yuki probably, because we're waiting for Siri's decision now, maybe Yuki is hoping, she wants to make a wish that Siri goes ahead and makes the right choice. I think that's what she wants. Obviously, she doesn't want to force Siri, but if Siri doesn't make the decision, then Yuki will have to tell them eventually, because the longer Yuki holds the secret, then, you know, she will end up being the betrayer who kept things from the coven. So that can't happen. And I think that's what she wants to wish for. Now, Lady Angel, let's see. Make a friend. You have so many friends, and really, Emanuel is not a friend you want, honey. Emanuel is not a friend you want. So, let's see. Be funny with Lady Galaxia. Okay. So, you know, in the last episode, I'm pretty sure she wished that her romance with Galaxia would go better than it has been. So obviously she wants to follow up on that. She wants to, you know, keep spending time with Galaxia. I think Angel hasn't been concerned about this whole Emanuel fiasco at all. She's just living her good life on the sidelines, away from all of this crazy power drama. She's focusing on her love life with the priestess. So that's fine with her. I mean, things are going easy. And I think Angel knows, you know, it's best not to get too close to any of this crazy stuff happening with the vampires, because that can backfire on you. How's Emanuel doing? How's our bud doing? Yeah, he's feeling quite lonely right now, but he has to deal with that. It's part of his punishment, you know? It's part of his punishment. He has to deal. He doesn't get food, he doesn't get a drink, he doesn't get anything here. He just has to deal. Okay. Siri, let's go to Saphyra so you can chummy up to your sister just a little bit. Yeah, she's gonna talk about cool temperature, maybe talk about hopefully things cooling down, and she hopes now that Saphyra isn't as upset, even though Saphyra is still tense. She's not upset. Hopefully she will kind of let Siri's behavior slide by. And oh look, Yuki and Angel are becoming good friends. That's nice. Look at Saphyra, she looks so annoyed. She's like, if you're gonna say the same thing, just don't. Siri's like, no, that's not what I was gonna talk about. That is not what I was gonna talk about. And yeah, Saphyra, she wants to chat with Galaxia. Let's vent. She wants to vent to her twin. Like, that is the only way she's gonna relax at this point. She wants to go vent to her twin. I feel like Galaxia has a good way of calming Saphyra down. Yeah, she's gonna chat with Galaxia. There we go. She's gonna vent about a few things. And I think now that Siri's gonna apologize, she's gonna say, well, I'm not upset at you. There's just, you know, a few other things. Training, daily life. It's just driving me up a wall. So I'm sorry if I'm snapping or anything like that. I don't mean to. So she's venting to the two of them. The queen, as we said, she wants to go take a nice bath. So we're gonna bring the queen here. Let's see. Let's do milk, honey, and oatmeal soak. That sounds nice. That sounds very nice. So she's gonna do that. She's uncomfortable from sitting too long. Oh my goodness. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, let's get you going. We'll have you relax so you can stop being so prissy. She's so spoiled, I tell you. She's so spoiled. I mean, she is queen, so it makes sense. She should be spoiled. But, okay, she's gonna take a nice, relaxing bath. There we go. She's feeling focused now. She's feeling good now. So, she's gonna do that. She's gonna kind of relax, ease up. And Yuki, she wants to go and she wants to wish, as we said, that Siri makes the right choice regarding Emanuel. So she's gonna go down, she's gonna hope for that. So we'll have him make a wish, and we'll see whether or not she feels good about this. I feel like with the wishing well, like the effect it has on the Sims in terms of the moodlets and stuff is a slight indicator as to, like, rather than something supernatural happening as a result of the wishing well, I like the wishing well as a device to kind of see how the Sims themselves are feeling about whatever they're wishing for. Like whether, you know, wishing for it or saying it out loud makes them feel better or feel worse, or that resolves their doubt or exaggerates it. So, okay. Right. She's made that. She's overjoyed, and I think Yuki is feeling good. I mean, she's thinking through everything in her mind, and it's coming together that, you know what? I feel like I've done the best that I can, and logically, Siri should do the right thing, and I'm, you know, following logic. She probably will do the right thing. That's the best outcome for everyone in her family. So Yuki, I think, is kind of happy with that. And now Lady Angel. Look, Angel's chatting with the Queen and Galaxia. She wants to be funny with Galaxia. So we'll joke about old times. We'll joke about old times. So we'll do that. I feel like she is looking for a lot of excuses to just chat with Galaxia, obviously. Okay, she feels better about that. Now she's gonna retire for the day, go to bed. That's fine and well. Okay, I think, guys, Siri is ready to make a decision. So let's see. Let's get everyone together in the throne room. Let's do it. Let's get everyone in the throne room. So I think Siri is going to, like, she's let the Queen know, probably sent a messenger or something like that, that she wants to talk to the coven about something, the entire coven. Actually, I think Yuki would have arranged that. Siri, she's probably told Yuki that she's ready to talk. Hold on, actually, wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm just all over the place. Siri, go speak to Yuki. Let's have a deep conversation. Go speak to Yuki. Go tell Yuki that you are ready. You've made your decision. You will tell the coven. So, Okay, let's stop dancing. And I hope you're not busy doing something. Come on, choppity chop chop. Okay, Saphyra's over here. She obviously doesn't know what's going on right now. Yuki has gone by to check on Siri, and Siri's telling her that, okay, I've made my decision. I am ready to talk to the Coven. And Saphyra's probably wondering, what decision about what? I hope you're not doing something to get yourself in trouble again. And Siri's gonna say, you just come to the throne room. You'll find out in a bit. You'll find out in a second. I'll tell everyone together. So Yuki, she's gonna send out messages to everyone, probably with their bat powers. Who knows? I feel like maybe they use bats for errands and such. That makes sense. So Queen, she's gonna come on down. Saphyra. Let's see. We'll have Galaxia and Angel. And then Siri is going to come on here. So everyone, let's start assembling in the throne room so that Siri can tell you all whatever it is she wants to tell you all. Okay, here we go. And this is taking her a lot of courage, guys. I mean, Siri has, in the beginning, she didn't hide it, but after, finding out the Coven's reaction, she hid it. Because obviously it's not something they would be happy with. And so I think she's very nervous right now, but this is the only way she can help Emanuel right now. Like, at this point, Yuki knows. And Yuki is keeping her mouth shut, but who knows for how long. She'll be obligated to tell the Queen at some point. And if the Queen finds out through her, then both of them are going to be betrayers. Who knows what's going to happen to Siri, and Emanuel is definitely going to get killed. So she needs to brave it up, and she is going to tell everyone here. Look at Saphyra. Saphyra is staring at her with such intensity, like, what is this about? The Queen obviously doesn't know anything, so she is quite happy. Yuki is delighted that Siri's stepping up, and she's made this choice. Galaxia doesn't know what's going on, and neither does Angel, obviously. So Siri is going to nervously tell the Queen that she is married. Right. She's going to tell the Queen she's married. And I think everyone's going to be quite shocked and surprised, and they're going to ask, what do you mean you're married? You didn't have a marriage, right? You've never had a marriage. And then Siri's going to confess to them, well, that's not true. She's going to say, remember that time? Remember when I bred with Emanuel initially? I, was getting really close to him, and I wanted to court him, and we got engaged here at the castle on that very night, because I was so madly we were madly in love with each other, and I didn't want to hide it from you guys, but you were so viciously against it, and I just couldn't imagine living without him, so we eloped, we got married. I know I told you guys that I broke off the engagement, or I'm no longer engaged, but it wasn't because I broke it off. It was because I was married to him. So there we go. It's now out in the open, her secret. And I think everyone's a little bit unsure how to feel. Aphrodite, she's still considering at this point. She obviously is not happy with this at all, because everything in her reign has been going perfectly so far, and it's kind of, I think, pissing her off to know that the very beginning of her reign started with something as just terrible as this. Like, it started off with defiance. I don't think she's gonna like that, right? When she thought she made herself perfectly clear. So she's going to ask Siri why she's telling them this now. and that she knows it's not acceptable. And like, why is she coming out now and telling her about this arrangement when they didn't know anything about it? Now, obviously, Siri isn't going to reveal that Yuki kind of forced her hand to, come to this conclusion. But she's going to tell the queen that as much as she loves Emanuel, she is a member of the Salazar Coven, and she is the queen's cousin. So she owes it to the coven and the court to tell them the truth about her relationship, her marriage, like her place in life. So the queen's she's gonna take that, she's gonna accept that answer, and then she's gonna tell Siri that she needs to stay at the creature cradle for the next little while, away from Emanuel. Now that they know they're married for sure, they definitely want them separated. They do not want Emanuel and Siri together in the same space at all whatsoever. And the queen wants it to be clear that Siri is aware there will be no sympathy for their marriage, and that she's gonna tell her that there is no way things are going back to normal. There is no way that you and he are seeing each other again. The coven trusted her with this last time, but this time around they're going to enforce it themselves. So that's what the queen's telling her. So they don't want Siri near the castle right now. They don't want Siri near Emanuel until they decide what is to be done with the two of them. But Siri's going to plead with the queen to spare Emanuel's life. She doesn't care if he gets demoted. She doesn't care if he's made back into a soldier. Someone else takes his position as commander. She just wants him spared. That's what she's hoping. And, at this point, after he serves out his time in prison, she really just hopes that he can resume life as a soldier. Even if she has to, dissolve their marriage or anything like that. She's willing to pay that price, even though she loves him dearly. Because she loves him dearly. So the queen has heard enough. She isn't gonna, I think, start yelling or get angry. No one is at Siri, because they're trying to still process this, but also Siri's, the younger sister. And I think part of them feels as though she was courageous in coming to them, obviously because they don't know about the whole Yuki thing, or Yuki's part in it. So the queen's gonna send her off to go to the creature cradle. And once she's made a decision, after consulting her council members, so after consulting her advisors, Lady Saphyra and Yuki, she's going to decide what is to be done with Siri and with Emanuel and their marriage. So that's pretty much all we have going on with Emanuel's punishment and the drama of these guys. Meanwhile, Emanuel's up here. He obviously does not know about any of this going on. He thinks life is bad enough right now. And he's wondering, how the heck he's gonna recover his authority and discipline in the army after he gets out of here, and how he's gonna reestablish himself once he gets out of here. But he has no clue that things are never gonna be the same again. When he walks out of this prison cell, there's going to be a whole new slew of problems headed his way for the secret that he kind of made Siri keep. So, okay guys, with that said and done, I am going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.